Do you go to church?
No, not usually.
No, I do not.
Not as much as I used to tell you the truth.
Did you used to go to church?
At one point in time, yeah, when I was little.
I go to church like Christmas, Easter.
I think that you can also still believe in God and not have to go to church.
Why don't you go to church now?
Because I went to church probably too much when I was a kid.
Why don't you go to church?
I'm usually hungover on Sundays.
I work on Sundays. I don't have time.
What's keeping you from going now?
Just not my thing.
I believe in more of like a spiritual one-on-one relationship with God.
There's not really a religion that I found that I really felt connected to.
I don't feel like it really gives me a lot in this day and age. I have too many other worries. It's kind of a time commitment as well.
For me, like I think it just works better just to do my own kind of thing.
I find God's church very hypocritical, so therefore I find God hypocritical at the same time.
I'm not saying it doesn't serve other people's needs, but it doesn't serve mine.
Expectations people don't live up to, and it's just kind of a crowd that I usually don't like to be around.
Do you know a lot of people who go to church?
Yes.
Does it look like that makes a difference in their lives?
No.
Do you think church is relevant today?
It depends, I think. I believe it is.
It's more, I think for older people or more mature people actually.
Well, actually, the churches that I've gone to, they normally don't address topics that are dealing directly with me.
Sometimes I go to church and I feel like it's not something I can relate to.
And then some of the times when they address topics that do deal with things that I kind of in everyday life, they just kind of touch on it and then move on to the next thing.
Where the Bible's taught, I believe that it can be worked into today's issues and the world around us.
Do you think there's anything a church could do to make itself more relevant to you?
That's a good question.
I have no idea. I don't think I'd go anyway.
Do you believe that there's anything a church could do to make itself relevant to you?
Not really. I don't feel like you have to go to church to be a good person. Sort of where I stand on that.
Just being more flexible and willing to understand that people are people and we do make mistakes and that's just the way it is. There shouldn't be any judgment. It should just be that support group.
Somehow try to make things a little bit more adaptable and adapted to today's needs and today's, I guess, apprehensions for such an unsteady and scary world that we live in.
Do you go to church?
Yes, I do.
Why do you believe it's important to go to church?
It's changed my life completely, from someone who was hopeless, had no idea about purpose, was desperate to know what my destiny and purpose was, and it's brought me to a place where I'm growing every day. Church has been something that I may not even be alive today if it wasn't for church.